What is up, YouTube? Today we take our first Muay Thai fight. The organization that we're going to be fighting with today is called the MDL, or Muay Thai Development League. This league focuses itself as a development league, and so while it is a real fight, it is not sanctioned. It's going to be completely padded, and the whole point is to give you exposure to competitive striking environment in a safe and controlled fashion. The quirky thing with this league is there's no winners. You're paired up based off of something called AGL, or aggression level, which really is a level of experience. It ranges from aggression level 1 being the least aggressive to aggression level 5 being somebody who has essentially taken a fight before, some level of smoker or sanctioned fight. So I signed up aggression level 4, which essentially means that I can meet and raise my aggression and how heavy I am striking based off of who I'm fighting, but I have control to bring it back down if I fight someone who's less experienced. The whole idea of this league is that you are exposed to competitive striking, but in a really safe and controlled environment. So it gives you the exposure so you feel what it's like to be in the environment of striking competitively, but aren't worried that you're going to take too much damage or be matched up against someone profoundly better than you who's going to take advantage of that. And the whole time you're being judged specifically by one judge. Each fighter has their own judge that's looking at them, is grading them, and is writing feedback. At the end, there is no winners. Kind of corny, but both people have their arm raised. But really, that's because the whole point is to get better and learn. And so that judge is going to hand you a card at the end that's going to have a grading system based off of how you perform both offensively and defensively, and then have some level of handwritten specific places to improve and work on. All right, well, enough talking. Let's get right into it.
So, apparently, you need a cup to fight. And they sell cups, and they're all sold out. And I went up like 5 minutes after the matches started. So, we're now rushing over to Dick's Sporting Goods, just 10 minutes away, to buy a cup. I legitimately don't ever wear a cup. I haven't for years. Sparring, wrestling, whatever it was. So we gotta go grab that and then rush on back. And I'm gonna be a proud new owner of a fresh new ball cradle. So. Go to the inside. To the Mecca. Knox. My favorite place.
Hey, you know where the cups are?
The cups, like cups. Those are gonna be on that wall, like right over to the left of logo.
Awesome, thank you. I don't know why that was funny. I'm not the only person to ask about this. Dude smacked me at my cup.
And then he grabbed his junk.
Yeah. What other cups do they sell?
Like drinking cups?
I doubt. Who comes to Dick's for that?
For a Stanley? That's a knee sleeve. I thought he said he pointed this way.
Did he? I just heard left.
Wait, what's that? Oh yeah, get camo. Then they'll never see it.
Boxer Brief Ultra Carbon Flex cup. Whatever. I know this will fit, so I'll just wear it for this. All right. Ball cradle achieved. Rush. I got the Shock Doctor with built-in compression shorts, 30% lighter cup, which is good because I kind of been slacking on my cups recently. So, you know, I don't have the normal strength. That men's size, small. Just kidding, the weight size is small. Cup size, large, motherfucker! Plan is we're gonna get back to eat some food, and we'll start warming up, maybe like 10 matches in advance. The match is about 9 minutes. It's I think they're 2-minute rounds, 3 2-minute rounds with 45-second rests, and probably a 1 minute turnover, I guess, to the next match. So usually a 10 minute per match, and there's 5 mats. So 10 rounds out should be about 10 minutes at least.
Do it, bud. You got it.
Let's go, Ian.
Nice work. Remember to circle off of that. Standing in my way.
Yeah.
Stay controlled there. Control.
Matches 86, 87,
Great work,
88,
great work.
89, 90.
Stay tight on those hooks. Stay tight on those hooks. Tight on those hooks. Don't forget about your jab. Don't forget about your jab. Look to slip. Look to slip. Fakes and feints to get you in. Fakes and feints to get you in. He's popping that jab out. Feint out the jab. Feint out the jab. Feint it out. Feint it out.
Come on.
That was cool though.
Andy Seifert, Rising Tide Academy to the gear table. Scott Gilbert, Dominion BJJ to the gear table. Ian Dixon, Lloyd Urban to the gear table. Mahout Bani Almaj, Vanguard, Kenneth to the gear table.
Hey, that was a
Jamel Richardson,
leg kick.
Caleb
Jab is gonna keep
McIntosh,
safe. Easy peasy, man. You got this. Big deep breath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Feint it out of him. Feint it out of him.
Good job.
Not everything has to land. Remember, not everything has to land. Little short, choppy steps. Little shots to get him off his rhythm. Little shots to get him off his rhythm. Feint out that jab. Look to slip. You're looking for big shots. Little short, choppy stuff. Really fast. Quick and light, quick and light. Quick and light. There we go. Fan it out of him. Fan it out of him. Hands up. Hands up. There we go. Hands up. Hands up.
Are these the heavy gloves?
Huh?
Are these the heavy gloves?
Yeah. You're looking great. It's looking really good.
Yeah.
Nice. There
Good
we
job.
go.
Jesus.
Extend your jab all the way. Extend your jab all the way. Throw out your jab all the way. Footwork, hands up. Hands up. Hands up.
That kid has to go.
Ryan Hodgkinson from Pentagon MMA. Can I get you to the gear station? Ryan Hodgkinson from Pentagon
Come on, Ian.
MMA to the
Yeah.
gear station.
Come on.
Your opponent is waiting on standby.
Little short choppy throws. Nothing happens to land. Stick something out. Stick something out.
We're there? Okay.
Come on, Ian.
Nice, dude. Nice.
All right, and there you have it. That was my fight, my first time ever competitively striking. And as always, the most important thing we can do after the fact is reflection and review, because that's the only way you're ever going to prove if you are painfully honest with yourself. First things first, I had great motion and head movement. I was able to go ahead and make him miss a number of times just from movement alone. And then in total, my first round was really awesome. I was able to react to the way he was fighting. I was able to put pressure on without overextending myself and then fire back with a lot of combos. And then overall, one thing I kept doing, which I think was fantastic, it's something I've trained, but it's throwing the fake jab into a slip and then an overhand. I hit him with that a few times. If nothing else, I was able to bait out his jab or his two with my slip and then throw something. That is a combo that I worked on. That's a combo that I prioritized. So to see that work in a real live environment is fantastic. Things to improve on. Honestly, none of this was a surprise to me. This was stuff I knew I needed to work on, or that were my weak points or snag points along the way. So nothing is truly a surprise. First and foremost, cardio. My first round was fantastic. Second round, I was heaving. And third round, I was moving like molasses. It felt like I had cinder blocks on my feet. Part of that was just the fact that it's my first competitive and striking environment. Obviously, I've wrestled, I've done BJJ, I've done a lot of environments. I've stepped on a stage for bodybuilding. I'm used to a very intense competitive environment, but every time it's different. And I will say that stepping out for a striking environment, a competitive striking environment, felt really different. It's one thing when you're like, okay, cool, worst thing worse, I get out there, I get pinned. It sucks, it's embarrassing. It's another thing where you're like, okay, I get out there and I'm gonna get cracked. I'm gonna get smacked hard. That's a very different mindset. And I will say, early on, I think in the first round, I got hit really hard. It was kind of behind the ear and it stunned me. And then he came with another really heavy hook. Not only was I stunned, but that second hook kind of shook up my brain a bit and kind of messed with my vision. And so I had this quick moment of being like, oh shit, this is real. That being said, when I watched the video, I honestly don't even know where that happened. Because in my mind, it was obvious. I was like looking at the ground, I was shaking up, I thought it looked bad. I couldn't find where that happened in the video. So that's kind of a plus that I was able to keep composure, even though I didn't feel like I had the composure. But coming back to my cardio, I do once a week spar for 9 rounds with 3 to 4 minute rounds. And I can keep up, not just keep up, but do well. So I don't think it was really so much my cardio as much as it was the environment. I think I adrenaline dumped and wasn't able to pace how I fought. So the next fight should feel a lot better, hopefully. And I will be taking a fight with the same league, MDL, next month. So I'm excited to see how my cardio is gonna feel for the next go around. And like I said, I wasn't able to stay on my toes too well. I got very flat-footed at the end, which I think ties into cardio, but I just need to be able to stay on my toes the whole time and constantly move, because I started getting slower and slower, and my head got slower and slower until I was taking damage I didn't need to take. And like my corner said, for my second round, I was just trying to take off the guy's head. And so I had a hard time just firing off quick little jabby stuff, not looking to do damage. I don't know why, but probably the adrenaline, I just started throwing really heavy. And I think that really set me up for a really slow third round because of it. One thing I didn't feel while I was fighting, but Chelsea asked me about it. And then when I watched the video, she was completely right. About every interaction or every few throws or so, I would readjust my headgear. So I'm just gonna have to buy new headgear. That's not a big deal. It's a Hayabusa, what I have now. It's a nice headgear. It just doesn't fit me the way it should. So I just need a new one, unfortunately. That's an easy fix. And then for the final critique, there was numerous times, especially as I got more tired, where I just stood in his range and took damage. I needed to be a lot better at staying out of range till I was ready to come in. I think that was honestly, I was tiring out, I was moving slower. And there's a bunch of times, like I said, I just stood there, wait for it to kick. I don't really know why I did this, but it definitely can't happen again. Quite literally, there's one time where I stood there and let him kick my leg out. Why I did that, I have no idea, but I did. So to sum everything up, this was really a great experience. I'm very happy with how I fought, even though there's always room for improvement. I was surprised with how I looked in my first round, at least. And that's cool because I remember watching it and being like, oh my God, I looked so much better than I felt in the moment. I looked like I knew what I was doing, almost as if I actually do know what I'm doing. And so that confidence boost that comes with taking a first competitive striking fight, but then 2, being like, I did kind of good. It's a wonderful confidence boost, and it's carried me forward and is carrying me forward. Since then, my cardio actually has improved significantly. I've been working with my strength and conditioning coach on something called max aerobic speed. So I've been doing a lot of max aerobic speed work, and I can feel it translate. I'm starting to come into sparring sessions with the pros, and where before I was red zoning by round 2 of just trying to keep up. This last time I sparred it, I took about 6 rounds before I ever started to feel like I would feel in round 2. So my cardio is improving heavily, and I'm getting excited about that. So taking that forward, going from being able to handle 4-minute rounds for 9 of them to going back to 2-minute rounds for 3 should be cake. As well as I've been working on a lot of the technical stuff I could prove on from that fight, working on drills just to maintain distance and doing a lot more fakes. As well, I'm throwing a lot more leg kicks. That's one thing I needed to do, was just throw leg kicks so he didn't expect everything to come up top. But once again, a fantastic experience. A lot was learned and a huge confidence boost that I'm carrying forward. And like I said, I'm fighting again next month, and I'm really looking forward to a big improvement. So be sure to look out for that video, because I'm gonna do a comparative of the 2 fights when I do my next fight. So once again, thank you for watching the video. If you liked what you watched, go ahead and give me a subscribe. I put out content like this, as well as backpacking and other physical things, a mix of all the things I do, as well as I am a paramedic and do paramedic stuff sometimes. So if there's any specific content you want to see, please do not hesitate to reach out. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like. I like making this content. I do it for fun. I don't do it for money or anything else other than it's a creative outlet. So if there's anything you want to see, feel free to reach out and let me know. And with that, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.